Today we're going to be reviewing the Cut-50 plasma cutter. This is just a DC version, so you got to kind of get real close to start the arc cut. This does not have a compressor built in, but it is very cost effective. So what it comes with, it's just got a little air dryer, a little cheap one, but you know, it works. It doesn't come with the hose to go to here. On and off switches on the back. It's got a cord that I think is, I'm going to say 10 gauge cord, but it's Chinese, so it's in millimeters. This can run on 110 or 220, which is quite useful. Normally put it on 220, but I made an adapter for 110 just so I can run it off that. I'm still not sure what this is, a 5S and 2.5S. I always use it on 5S. No trouble with it. I've had this for about 5 months now. So this is the ground cable. Goes right to here. It comes with a piece of crap ground clamp. But I'm going to be ordering one of these. This is just one from Amazon, but they work great. I'm putting on there. This thing weighs, I think, 30 pounds. It isn't much. It's a very small package, which is very nice. So you just flick it on back here. Like that. Fan cuts on. So you can control the amperage here. We'll go down to 0.19. And then go all the way up to 53. And I'm going to be showing y'all it cutting 1/2 inch. We'll put it through at paces right here. So this length of this, I guess you'd say hose and electric cables is about 10 or 15 feet. This here is, it's okay. It's got this little rubber protectors. It's junk, but it's better than nothing, you know. So I'm going to be ordering a different line to go with this and different gun, because this one's okay. You just press a button here and then air will come out, and then it'll shoot the arc. And for the price, you can't beat it. You do have to hook it up to air, so I got a air compressor over here I'm going to hook it up to. And we're going to cut, it's roughly max, and this is really dirty and rusty, so I'm not sure if it'll cut it, but we're about to find out. So, as you can see, it did actually cut it. I'm surprised. So this actually gets a little thicker than 1/2 inch in some places. This is a bush hog blade off a 15-foot bush hog. Just doing this for demonstration purposes, but it's got a real nice clean cut. And I've actually been using this tip. It's getting a little wore out for about a week now of not constant use, but a good bit of use out of it. And the consumables are very, very, very cheap to buy. I just bought 2 sets, I think, of 60 packs or something for like $30 a piece or something like that. And you cannot beat this thing for the money. But there it is. Cuts 1/2 inch. You can cut it much cleaner than this if you got steadier hands and fresh consumables in there. But I mean, it'll do it. So for the money, I would recommend this. I've had it 5 months about, and it's been working all the way. I haven't had one issue with it other than this little thin cheap rubber. I burned through it in a couple of places, but I haven't burned through the hose or the cables, so it's okay for now. But I am going to order another heavier duty with some kind of protector on there. And this doesn't come assembled right here. You just got to put it together. And it does have the Chinese wire color coding on there, but I just Googled that and it'll come up. And it does have an overheating thing here, and I think it's overcurrent right here. And I mean, this isn't a hypertherm. You're not going to get full-on 100% duty cycle on it, but I'm thinking it's about 60%, which is very, very, very good. But yeah, that's her right there, and she does the trick just fine, as you can see. And that's all for today, folks. Linking will be in the description if you choose to buy it. That'll help my channel out a little bit. If not, that's fine too. There's a bunch of other Chinese options. Shipping, it took about a week and a half to get to my house. Came with everything I needed other than the receptacle. I put a 50 amp plug on here. Really, it just needs a 30 amp for 220, and for 110. You can do a lot with 30 amp breaker, or the most common is about 15 or 20 amp. But if you're solely doing it on 110, you're going to need like a 50 amp breaker to handle this. But on 220, really, 30 amp breaker will do it. But I put a 50 amp because I already had a 50 amp plug and I had a 50 amp breaker, so I might as well.